Hi, Wellham fam. Welcome back to our channel. I'm Debbie.
I'm Darren.
And Bibo.
It's Lamishk. Hi fans! How is everybody today? Hope you've had good weeks. I've had enough now. I want to be alone.
No, she wants to be clung to. Hope your week's gone well enough, guys. What have I been doing? I have had puzzles coming out of my ears. We've done quite a few hauls on video, which you guys have got looking forward to coming up. And
we're still waiting for boxes to turn up.
We're still waiting for quite a few boxes to turn up. We don't know what's going on at the moment. The money's gone out for them, so that is not the problem. And yeah, I have got no clue.
No. So we're waiting for which casket.
You've got to contact them and let them know it didn't come, because we wanted to give them a few more days for it to come, sort of thing. But no, you're nodding, are you? You're agreeing with me? Yeah. Anyway, let's start off with
Word of the
week.
Word of the week. Word of the week. Word of the week. Boom boom. Word of the week. Word of the week. Boom boom. Word of the week. Boom 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 boom.
Don't stick your paw up my nostril. Right. The bookmark just flopped down on her. Right, so last week's was Keeper, which is the loop on the belt that holds the end in place after it's passed through.
Yeah.
This one looks like Laloxia. Laloxia, possibly. Apart from the fact it's impossible to say, it's the use of swearing to relieve stress or pain. So everybody knows when you stub your toe,
stub your little toe on the
and then you might say some words. Actually, quite often, if it's stubbing your toe, you can't actually get the words out as words because you're too busy.
But so no, it's stubbing your toe could also be one of the buttons that automatically releases every swear word you've ever heard in the world.
As I said, as most of them are illegible anyway, because... Oh no! Did you stub your toe once? Did you? That would be hard. Actually, I don't know. Do any other animals stub their toes? Has anybody heard?
No, they're not. They're stupid.
No, so just us. Right, we've got we've got a few bits for you this week. Anyway, we're going to say goodnight to Mishk. Say
good night.
Okay,
it is still daylight.
Right. What we're actually going to say is, Mishka, it's time to go to bed for your nap. You going to go for a nap? Are you?
Yeah, go on then. Good little bum go.
Bye. Oh bless her. No, you can't make that jump.
No.
Right. So Daddy is going to need. I'm going for a nap now. Mummy says I'm
going for a nap. Boy, I'm going to wiggle my bum on the way out. Wiggle bum.
She's gone to bed with chocolate, so she's happy. Obviously, HAMster chocolate, for those that don't know, they have different chocolate, because actual chocolate would kill them, like it would most animals, actually. Right, Sherlock.
Yeah.
Last week's one.
Sherlock's last week,
Now, I didn't really have a clue with this, so I wondered whether it was their savings.
Shortish bank job. A couple of fellows were familiar to him. Last month we were discussing the best way to break into a bank. They even got a constable. Then their idea came to fruition. Plans bore fruit and brought them a substantial sum of money. They duly gave a modest percentage of it to the constable who had been so helpful.
See, I was thinking if they went in for their savings boxes...
What did they actually do?
Well, I reckon they went in for savings boxes with a key and what have you, because from what I've seen in all movies and whatnot, they leave you alone in the room so you can open your box in private, or whoever's with you. And I wondered whether they'd made away with a load of stuff that way.
Said they hadn't committed a crime, though. All
right then, it's their savings and their they're dead relatives or something.
Yeah.
They've inherited.
Yeah. Angela was the only one who answered it. She went checking the security of the bank. It did say that the bank didn't know anything about it. But it's checking the security of the bank. I thought they were either writing a play or a film or a book.
Oh, no, that sounds sensible. So, what is the answer?
Page 139.
I apologise, I feel like sleepy eye itchy.
Shoreditch bank robbery. They are a writer's old friend. This is a copy of their previous crime caper. Holmes tossed a lurid-looking novel on the table. They wanted the details of their story to be plausible. Their book was accepted for publication last week, and the constable who assisted them with knowledge of proper procedure was fairly paid for his time and expertise.
Oh, it didn't even cross my mind, that, to be fair. Really didn't.
I only came across mine because
you've been writing bits,
so it's, yeah.
Right, so
So this week's it's called Cousin Jennifer. One evening recently, after our housekeeper, Mrs. Hudson, had brought us a pot of tea, she turned to Sherlock Holmes with an uncharacteristically mischievous smile. I have a little pose that I fancy might amuse you for a moment or two, Mr. Holmes, if you care to hear it. Sherlock arched an eyebrow. Go ahead, by all means. Well then, Mr. Holmes, the long and the short of it is that my cousin Jennifer just got out of London Hospital on Whitechapel Road. She'd been there for a week, and her with nothing wrong with herself whatsoever. No illnesses, no injury, no mental problems, nothing. Not a word of complaint from her, before, during or after. But they kept her in for a whole week, and wouldn't let her do a single thing for herself. Why, they wouldn't even let her touch a knife or fork. And to cap it all off, when they finally let her go, she had to be carried bodily from the place. What do you make of that?
I know that.
Holmes smiled thinly. It's clear enough, Miss Hudson. What say you, Watson?
Well,
I know what that is.
Yeah.
No, don't.
I'm not going to.
Oh.
I'm not going to. Don't listen. I'll be surprised if I got it that quick. Mind you, I suppose it depends on how your mind works and whether it's awake enough.
Yeah.
You know, because different parts of the day might, give me different thought processes. And whether I'm awake enough or concentrating.
Right. And the riddle from last week.
The riddle from last week.
Which was an old classic, which is what gets wetter the more it dries. It's
towel.
Yep. And you got that right as well. So, one for this week.
Yeah.
What do you bury when it's alive and dig up when it's dead? Don't say your enemy. School bully or bully at work.
I've had to go at that one. I think I'm right, but then it could just be that it's works. Right. So, caption last week was
this.
My caption for it is lip fillers just don't suit me. Did you have one for that one?
Nope.
Well, you sort of blew a raspberry, didn't you?
Yeah. But no,
any others?
Nobody had to go.
Oh, and it was
nobody
such a
had to go.
good one.
No, oh well.
Right, so this week's caption is for a change, it's not HAMster.
Excellent.
No, I've written one down, but you're not going to find out mine until next week. But yeah. Right, so when are you going to show my puzzles? Are you going to show them as a
I can show your puzzles now if you want.
So like I said, I've been puzzling. Admittedly, some of them were quite small ones because I was going through them basically, and we're trying to clear out some bits. So some I've kept, some I haven't, and some have got missing pieces. And
yeah.
But
the right ones we took photos of, so they are here.
They are.
A nice little montage there. There we go.
So much fun. Believe it or not, there were a few I just didn't do. I started.
You started off on a couple, didn't you?
Yeah, if there's a lot of one, I get bored. I could never do those impossible puzzles because I don't see the point in them, like where it's all baked beans or cornflakes or something. I like
impossible
the funny
puzzles.
ones.
The impossible puzzles, you're probably better off turning them upside down.
Well, I'd started,
so you can't actually see the puzzle.
Yeah.
Because the puzzle's more likely to put you off.
Yeah.
On it than the actual shape.
I mean, to be fair, I don't mind when there's like a large black surround or something like that, because at least I can see a point to it, because the central bit, although I prefer it when the whole thing is something.
Yeah.
I started doing a 500-piece one, didn't I? And
yeah. It was mostly
grass,
wasn't it?
It was mostly forest, and you could immediately see that a gorilla was coming out of it. So that was the funny bit. And I thought, well, I'd find it less funny if I actually did it. So, you know. Anyway, some just aren't as good as others.
That's going to the charity shop, that one.
Yeah.
Can't be sure it's all there. So.
No, that's right. Right, posted this week, we have the Psychic Tree mini haul.
Yep.
That may be the first and last, to be honest, because I'm not
probably
too
will be,
sure. Yeah. Zavi March Mayhem mystery box, obviously.
Yeah, which is a good one.
Range Halloween haul, which is megally. I love the stuff that they've got in there, and plus I've actually done an online one since that. So yeah, there's a few.
That confused people because you already did an online one before that as well.
Yes, I know. I've sort of found the range and gone mental over it.
Yeah.
Cult Curious box from Gem Boutique, which was amazeballs, and a lot of you wrote in.
Yeah,
liking
people like that.
Box of Goth, 20 items for £20. I don't know what you guys think of it, because Darren's just got to edit and put it on today, because obviously we do this the day before. Which is why sometimes you might find that if I've been a bit thick, I haven't necessarily worked out there isn't one on Thursday. I haven't put one down for a Thursday, so there might be one extra that you didn't know about.
Yeah.
In this case, it wasn't. We've got more mini hauls, wrestling crate, and different doodads that we've already filmed, and we are waiting for our usual.
You got your cult box, which is on its way.
Yeah, and I haven't done my Croftogy one yet because it's still not that cool actually, but it has got a bit cooler. So I am waiting on a couple of extra paint bits to arrive because I'm going to tweak that to my own thing.
Yeah.
TV this week, believe it or not, I've started watching Grange Hill from the start.
Tucker.
Yeah, oh, I love Tucker. Who doesn't love Tucker? Like Alan and Benny as well. CSI.
We started. We had started last week, didn't we?
Yeah, we haven't seen any more of the new ones yet, but we've been rewatching our own collection because you cannot get them for toffee on any of the streaming
it doesn't stream anywhere.
It's annoying as devilry, I tell you.
Apparently they stream in America on Paramount Plus, but they don't on Paramount Plus over here.
And I want to know why, because, you know...
Yeah, because they just brought out Paramount Plus over here. You would have thought they'd be desperate for putting bits on.
You've got CSI...
From what I've seen, Paramount Plus hasn't got a lot on it. And they would like £8 a month for it.
CSI Vegas is the original, obviously, with Gil Grissom. And then, of course, you've got CSI Miami.
CSI Miami.
And those of you that haven't seen
Horatio.
it, you won't get that unless you watch it. Yeah.
He says one-liners. He says one-liners. He'll put the sunglasses on or take them off.
Yeah. This is it. CSI New York, which I really liked. It was a lot grayer, but I really liked it, actually.
That's good. Gary Sinise in it. He was in the original The Stand.
Was there a CSI Cyber?
There was CSI Cyber.
That was when Ted Danson went in it with the woman that did The Medium.
Yeah.
One
of your cats,
Yeah.
I can never remember what one it is.
No, there's quite a few, so I get confused.
Well, it's Patricia and there's Rosanna. I think she's Patricia Arquette, isn't she?
Patricia Arquette, but don't quote us on that fully. Whoopsie. Yes, I'm on the right page. Now then, I watched a film this week.
You did?
We did
watch it.
We did get a bit tearful at the end. Anybody that hasn't seen it, honestly, it is amazing. It's called The Imitation Game, and it's Benedict Cumberbatch is playing
Alan Turing. Who's the guy who essentially created the first computer.
He was also the guy that worked out the Enigma machine.
Yeah, but that was what the first computer was.
But if you're like me, you wouldn't necessarily connect the dots. I knew that he'd worked out the Enigma. I didn't know that was particularly computer. I thought more mechanical.
I'd actually mentioned about the questions on it, because he asked him the questions, and they're the questions they still use today on artificial intelligence.
Yeah.
If the thing can work it out, then can actually give the correct answers to it, then it's thinking like a human, and not like a robot.
Yeah.
Not like a machine.
I mean, at the end of the day, he was one of the reasons that people like my nan got called into doing Bletchley or working for Bletchley, doing various different bits, because he came up with the idea of you had to complete a crossword within a set amount of time, or crossword puzzles that were particularly difficult and things like that.
And then when they went there, they had to do the tests when they were there.
That's right. And I mean, it was amazing, really, because once they'd worked out the Enigma, the biggest problem is, of course, then you can't all of a sudden show your hand, because if you show your hand and the Germans find out really quickly,
they'll just scrap it.
They'll just scrap it and change the coding completely.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it is a film well worth watching. I know I've told you a little bit. It's terribly sad at the end.
Yeah.
And he was a gay man, which is a big deal in those days. So although he saved us,
in those days,
it was illegal. And although he saved us at least 2 years off of the war,
and the lives of 14 million people. That was on all sides, obviously, because it's still life lost, isn't it?
They arrested him for indecency, and essentially he had a choice of chemical castration, which was a brutal process that men were asked to go through.
That will spend 2 years in jail.
He'll spend 2 years in jail. After a year of being on the medication, he committed suicide at 41. Which is what had us both in tears, because to think that somebody's... Can you imagine how much more he would have given? And, I mean, these days you sort of think...
Essentially without him...
It's not a big deal. But that's why I think that one of the reasons why Gay Pride is still done. I mean, it's a celebration of being able to love who you love.
Yeah. Well, essentially, without him, we wouldn't be doing this now.
No, there'd be no YouTubers.
There's no computers. There's no.
It's a sticky one. Everybody, I don't really think it matters, in my opinion. I don't think it matters what sexuality you are. I don't think it matters whether you're a man or a woman. I don't think it matters what colour or nationality or religious beliefs you have.
No.
What I think matters is whether you're a decent person.
Yeah.
And, you know, it's one of those films that, you know, you're not going to forget. And for me, considering my memory is appalling, I mean, I've actually named something that I really wanted after Alan Turing, because I don't want to forget his name.
If you've seen the
the
haul from earlier on this week.
No,
it's not. No,
it's not been on yet.
No,
it's not been on yet.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to go into it now because I did say about it on there. But that's why I use that name.
Yeah.
Because, yeah, just an incredible man, and I did light a peace candle for him.
Yeah.
Right.